Imagine a small figure on the far edge of a playground, not running, not shouting, just standing. Other children whirl past like bright comets. Laughter hangs in the air like music. The child clutches the straps of a backpack, breath held, watching with eyes that want to join, but hands that do not move. They want to laugh. They want to be known, but an invisible wall sits between them and everyone else. A wall that isn't made of brick, but of a quiet, fierce fear. Their heart thumps, their palms warm. The world feels suddenly too big, too bright, and a tiny voice whispers, "Stay still, don't risk it." This is not shyness as a simple choice. It is a whole body reaction. For many children, shyness starts in the nervous system. Imagine a dial inside them turned a little higher, not broken, not wrong, just more sensitive. When eyes turn toward them or words might be asked of them, that dial spikes. Their body reacts as if danger is near, even though logic knows it's safe, and because the body acts faster than thought, the child freezes. Here's the paradox that makes shyness so heartbreaking and so powerful. The shy child often longs for connection, even more than the loud, outgoing kid. They want to speak, they want a friend, but the fear of being judged, of not being enough, becomes heavier than the desire itself. So they stay quiet. They smile from the sidelines. They rehearse conversations in their heads and then play them back, small and safe, because in the real moment, the risk feels too great. Shyness has many roots. Some children are born with sensitive temperaments, a wiring that notices and feels more deeply. Others learn to withdraw after painful experiences, being teased, being ignored, being punished for speaking up. Either way, shyness is rarely random. It's the child's way of protecting themselves when the social world feels unsafe. But notice something crucial. Shyness is not introversion. Introversion is a preference for where you recharge. Shyness is about fear. A shy child can be extroverted inside, bursting with ideas and warmth, yet frozen by the spotlight. This is why the label quiet often obscures the real inner life. Thoughtful, observant, and emotionally rich. Those quiet observations are a hidden strength. While others rush to speak, shy children learn to listen. They tune into micro changes in voice, subtle expressions, the pauses between words. That attention becomes a kind of wisdom. Many writers, artists, therapists, and leaders trace their depth back to this early sensitivity. Still, silence has a cost when it becomes the child's story. If every time they raise their hand, they are overlooked or are laughed at, they begin to believe, "I'm the one who doesn't belong." Over time, that belief shapes school performance, friendships, even career choices. Brilliant thoughts go unspoken, gentle hearts go unseen. Here's the hopeful news. Shyness responds to environment. Children soften when the world meets them with safety and gentle invitation rather than pressure. What does that look like in practice? Simple things. A teacher who notices and says, "I'd love to hear your thought. You can nod once if you want me to call on you next." A parent who offers two small choices. "Would you like to say hi today, or should we sit together and watch for 5 minutes?" A friend who sits beside them on the playground and starts a game with a question, not a command. These micro moves are not forcing bravery, they are scaffolding it. Each small, successful interaction chips away at the invisible wall. Gradually, the nervous system learns this moment is safe. I can try. I can return. For shy children, the adult role is not to fix them, but to hold a space where they can try. Validate the sensations. "I see your hands are shaking. That looks scary." Normalize the fear. Many people feel this. Offer small, manageable steps. Let's say hello together. Celebrate attempts more than outcomes. For shy adults who carry the child inside them, the path continues into practice and compassion. Notice your internal narrator. When the old voice whispers, "Stay quiet," try answering with curiosity. "What am I afraid will happen? Is that likely?" Practice tiny risks and honor each one. Often the quietest voice once heard is the most deliberate and the most wise. Philosophically, consider this. The shy child at the playground is a mirror for all of us. How many times have you wanted to step into a room and felt the old hesitation? Shyness simply makes our universal fear of being seen more visible. It asks us to learn gentleness, both toward others and toward ourselves. So when you see a child standing at the edge, don't assume they don't want to play. Don't tell them to just be brave. Instead, offer an invitation, not a demand. Sit with them for a moment. Ask a small question. Let them warm up. Create a place where their small flame is sheltered. Over time, that flame can grow into a light that actually guides others. Because here is the truth. The shy child often becomes the empathetic adult, the careful friend, the deeply considered voice. Their words, when spoken, are chosen. Their silence is not emptiness, it is depth waiting to be heard. If this resonated, drop a comment where you're watching from and tell me one moment you remember feeling like the child on the playground, or one small thing an adult did that made all the difference. Share this with someone who worries about a shy child. And if you're carrying that child inside you, know this: your silence has value, your voice has worth, and with small, steady steps, you can begin to speak the truths the world needs. Put your device on full screen. Stay with me for a moment of silence now. Breathe in, breathe out. Imagine holding a small candle. The flame might flicker, but protected and tended, it will warm a room. That candle is you, or the shy child you love. Give it time, give it care. Watch how softly, stubbornly, beautifully it grows.